What's the word? Hopefully, notifications can be sent out immediately. We're in 2020, the 6 month marker of 2020. We're halfway through this year that has been like no other. It's none other than Reek of Tuku, the Khan, interviewer extraordinaire. When I do interview people, I don't throw people under the bus. I don't pay for interviews. I don't do anything like that. I'm just Reek, average everyday Joe that likes to have conversations that not too many people talk about or they shy away from, and hopefully, we can get a conversation on contact. How has your contact been within the 2020? It's done started off. Well, I'll say this year it started off seemingly mild. But then, probably after the third month, that's when everything started turning around and spinning off into turmoil. And I should know that, number one, being in Minnesota, a few things done kicked off here that done spread across the world like what they call the Rona, like a virus. But hopefully, things can somewhat turn around for the better. I don't see it going back to, how they say it's a new normal out here. It's the new abnormal. It's how can I say, it's we're seeing things that have never been, seen within this lifetime at least. It probably been another lifetime, but not this particular lifetime we find ourselves within. And that being said, you know how I always say, when I do actually come on live, I do have a amount of time that I will be on live if I do not receive people that respond within the chat. I know I don't have it labeled on a thumbnail, too cool to con, and I'm actually live or anything like that. I try to do it a little bit different every time that I actually come live. Actual, not replay or anything like that. I done got, you know, people summons me like, Reek, you know what, you ain't been on in a minute. Where's the people that usually come on? You've been kind of out of routine. Well, 2020's kind of, made me look at things a little bit different. It's like I don't really want to come on unless I really got something of magnificence to talk about. I mean, how I see it, we're all seeing it play out live within our faces. I don't have to come on here and be the comment commentator of what's going on, even though I like hearing different aspects from different people in different parts global community. We can talk to people all the way to Maine to Spain, as the old school that you know I'll say used to be on here. Old school. Matter of fact, I haven't even talked to old school in a while, and hopefully, old school's doing good. And that's all I can say about that. But um, with that being said, to people that will probably see this in their feed and later amounts of time, because they practice systemic racism on this particular platform. I guess, like I said in my post that I make for my affirmations, if you're not, what's the word I'm looking for? If you're not, you're down in someone else or something like that, they will not push your whatever your content. They won't push your content because it's like, okay, he's not ruffling feathers. He's not keeping people stuck on stupid. I don't do that. Now, I know we all from time to time get within certain situations and you want to voice that, and sometimes some people may perceive it as negative. I perceive it as being cleansing, especially if someone's thrown dirt on your name. You're just trying to give your perspective of it. But just to be saying something negative about somebody and it's not adding to the conversation, or is giving half truths, or you know steering the conversation in a direction that it shouldn't be steered in. I'm not about that. Never been about that. Never been about taking reading from the script. Never been about fraternal orders or secret societies or oaths. I don't abide any of that. I don't suggest anybody that wants to be, you know, whatever they want to be when it comes to doing anything on this particular platform or platforms other than this, to be any to subscribe to anything like that. Like I said, I have a lot of family members that are, in mystery schools and things like that. Doesn't mean that I want to be a part of it because, they uphold an oath to, someone that is, not of this realm. I won't even say man, not of this realm. And I'm not abiding by any doctrines or anything like that, you know. So with that being said, I keep it as 100 caliber as I can. If I don't know something, I will not speak on it because to me that's another way of sending out mistruths, and I don't want to do that. Now I see it shows there's so many people listening. I don't know if you're on the job site. I don't know if you're in traffic. Your state may have a thing where your hands free. You can't, touch on the touch screen to say what's up. But usually when I come live, I like to have interaction. Usually when I come live, I usually take calls. But it's been so long. I've been so removed out of routine. I understand some people like, oh, Rick, you ain't posting no hotline number to, let me say my 2 cents on the platform of Too Cool to Con, you know. So I understand that. I know I got to get more in practice. And I would almost say this is like getting back in practice, even though either it be Friday or Saturday. Sometimes if I'm really lagging, it'll be Sunday that I drop, the Lions Den podcast. But I haven't been doing anything else. I haven't been posting anything else. I just been kicked back, relaxed. I know y'all done seen all the news stories of how it was going down in the town of Minneapolis with all these, things that plague our world. I mean, yes, it got a little bit out of hand a little bit around here, but we surviving. Everything is good, and I'm still here. Nothing happened to me, and yeah. So it's just another bump in the road, just like it would be, something going down in your city majorly. But then again, you look at it like this: a lot of things that don't stem from here, it don't spread through all out the country. So I can't just say, oh, it's only been my city. It's been probably your city too, or a city next to you where something done happened because we've been dealing with you know oppression, white supremacy, systemic racism for a long, long time. And a lot of people, is fed up with that kind of stuff. Like I said, even my whole platform, I got uh different stamps of how many people are actually subscribed. Matter of fact, I watch other channels that kind of do similar things to me. And when I see, how many people are in their lives or how many people done watch their actual video compared to how many people are actually subscribed to their channel, it doesn't make sense. When I watch other channels that have nothing to do with what I do or what these particular people do similar to me, they do numbers. But that's because they're playing for, not like playing, they're dividing off of the script that is given to those that will flourish. Well, if you say this and you promote this and you act like this, if you're willing to be on the puppet strings, you can get a reach. And that's not how it's supposed to be. But see, they figured, okay, this is a platform and we can do it, whatever way we want to do it. Essentially, like they say, it's not free speech on a, a I guess a platform that is owned by somebody, so they can make it up however they go along, how they make it up. Versus in a free world, so-called free world, you can speak your mind and all that. But then it's like, how much of a reach can I get if I have a sign saying whatever on a street corner or something like that, or whatever? You're not gonna get that big of a push. Versus When the internet was younger, you get put out certain things and certain people would get certain pushes. But now it's like, okay, this person is drawing too much attention. How can we kind of sequester what he's saying or what she's saying? It don't just got to be a male, it don't have to just be a female. How can we sequester? Well, our rules and our guidelines say this. If you say these many certain particular curse words, we're gonna marginalize you on this. If you say this particular, speak on this particular topic, we can marginalize you in this particular way. You know, and I know there's so many other ways that you can say explicits to get your point across, but that's just another way. Well, I say certain people because other people get away with saying certain things. And oh yes, he's speaking magnificently, and oh, did you hear what he said? And they'll let that be pushed. But when they know you actually have something to say, especially if you get interaction, because I don't peep that when you get more interaction, that gets you to dive into areas in your brain that it's like lighting up different parts of your brain that was kind of laying dormant. So once you start getting responses, they know that, like, oh, wait a minute, now he's going to go in this direction. Oh, he's going to start waking a person up in this way. Versus if you're kind of doing a minstrel show and you're stepping and fetching for massa, they don't care because they know the conversation is not going to go in a direction that's going to actually grow anybody's brain cells to think further outside of this imperialized box. They want to keep you in a colonial mind state. I don't subscribe to the colonial mind state at all. What's going on, Lisa Smith? Yes, it has been a minute. It's been a while. Like I said, I just, been laying dormant. I still been getting things done. It's like I've been at a standstill, not at being stagnant. I still been having things done, but it's like with this, okay, this whole Rona thing they talking about, this whole, situation with this brother, and it ain't just this brother. It's been some sisters and some other brothers and some past brothers that ain't been dealt with. So this is all just kind of accumulative that's done came about. It ain't just about this one particular brother. It's a cumulative of how melanated people have been treated. I don't even like to say black people no more. Melanated people, people that got high ratio of pigmentation, the people that are not hated by the electromagnetic electromagnetic sun in the sky. Those people, those are the chosen people to me. The ones that are not hated by the electromagnetic sun in the sky, the one that essentially gives us our vitamin D that we need every day. But if you pay attention like I pay attention, they run that overcast damn near as much as possible as they can. Because you think about it like this: when you actually do see a blue sky and the sun is really shining and beaming, you'll see those chemtrail planes flying a day before the next day will be overcast. So they're trying to lower your vitamin D to protect the ones that don't have high ratio of melanin within their pigmentation. You know, so I know it's more people than the infamous Lisa Smith. Hopefully, I got ready shot in here, and if I don't, if my regulars ain't in here, I understand that. Hopefully, on your feeds, you'll see, oh, Reek made contact. That's why I called it contact. It's like I'm sending out a signal, SOS signal, and hopefully the ones that are willing and ready to receive it will receive it, even if it's not live, even if it done been damn near 24 hours or something since you got the initial message. Yeah, you still got the message. Just like I'll say, channel of choice. He put me on. He said, Reek, even though they're hating this particular, Anglo-Saxon platform is hating on you, the message is still getting sent out. Like I said, you can watch certain channels and you say, oh, people are, upset because, certain people are having success, but I don't think I made this post on, I didn't make the post on YouTube. I made it on another social media platform where essentially Why would I want to be at the top of the terrarium in a man that doesn't give a care about any of my people? That's like, oh, I'm at the height. You're at the glass ceiling. You can't go past it. You're in a terrarium. I'd rather be at the bottom of whatever you want to call it. But within my mind and within the people that really counts mine, we can't even be seen. We out of the stratosphere, off into the constellations somewhere. We're not in no man-made box. I'm never gonna be boxed in. And if someone wants to ask me what I feel about certain things, I'm gonna speak on it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. If I don't know something, I won't speak on it. That's I don't subscribe to that. Yeah, it says it's that me you say uno dos tres cuatro cinco seis. It says it's seis people in there, but now it's uno dos tres cuatro cinco. It's cinco people in here right now. So yeah, the numbers fluctuate, especially when it comes to my channel. I might have to start reposting when I do the actual podcast for the Lions Den. I used to have for a little brief moment of how many subscribers is actually on my channel, but that doesn't even mean nothing. You can share to as many as people you share to, and it still will be a fixated number because essentially an alphabet group runs this particular platform, a three-letter alphabet group. But damn near all of these alphabet groups are three letters. But the one that I look at it like this: a lot of these actors, a lot of people think, well, alphabet agents, they're you would think they would wear like a law enforcement type of outfit or uniform or something like that. No, they're plain clothes. They come in actors, some come in reality stars, some come in actual YouTube personalities as well. It ain't this idea of agent coming in just, oh, they're in official clothes. No, if they could be having on a nice walking suit, or they can have on some type of leisure wear, but they are an agent. They take orders. They divvy off of a script, and they won't. When I say they divvy off of a script, that means they won't upset the oath. They gotta uphold the oath. They gotta uphold what their controllers tell them to. So when it comes to throwing, brothers that when they say not all skin folks is your kin folks. I mean, that's reality. Because when you see people throwing other brothers under the bus, that's essentially on point on certain areas, whichever way you want to take it. It's like, let's go to this direction. Let's go that direction. These particular brothers will not go that direction. You know why? And if they do, they'll make a comedy spin on it. Have you ever noticed, like, when it's talking about whatever it may be, someone's talking about a topic and they want to kind of detour you away from it, they'll make some kind of comedy spin on it to kind of spin you away from kind of going more further in depth with it. Well, that's not by accident. That's in their actual training of how they, get you to get off topic and kind of stay stuck on the stupid. You got to peep that. You got to peep the words that people say. So then you can be like, well, you said this. Well, this is what you said. This came out your mouth. This is not nothing I formulated. This is what you formulated. So that's what you're actually telling me. Indiscreetly, you're telling me. You got to pay attention to that. And with that being said, we're 19 minutes in. Usually I let it go to 15. I know it's been some people in here. I don't know if they regulars, if they newbies or whatever, but I have made contact. I will make contact again. I just don't know when, but I will. With that being said, I'm up out of here. You have been tuned in to Two Kuda Khan is Reek, master of ceremony. I'm always here, and you might make contact with me again soon. I'm up out of here.